Back with more Dollhouse. This is episode 6 of season 1. Nearing the halfway-ish point of the first season, which is really exciting. And last episode was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. We seem to be introduced to a lot of story threads that can carry on throughout the rest of the season, maybe even the rest of the show. I don't know yet. But I feel like that episode really kind of stepped up the game and got me really, really interested in everything that was going on. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen next. I'm really liking the characters. They're doing some really interesting and clever things with the storylines. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen next. So let's just jump right into the next one.
We encountered from everyday Angelinos to the very idea of a dollhouse.
Oh, it's happening. There's one thing people will always need is slaves.
I like that they're showing a bit more of the outside world.
Just your type. No disrespect, I'm sure she still has a heart of gold.
Oh, shit.
What happened there, Ballard?
I strike a nerve?
Yeah. Go like this.
You are not long for this world.
Isn't that person in the background?
I mean it.
Oh. Wow.
You feeling comfortable at all?
Anything you can remember.
When we go to sleep?
Oh.
When we go in the pods, Sierra cries.
Am I right? I'm right? Am I right?
Tanaka's
Damn.
the director. You know he threw up after you pulled that Vulcan grip crap. And yes,
Vulcan grip.
I think you're right.
Whatever he's paying for, it's happening soon. I need everything on him.
I mean everything admissible by a warrant that you got because anybody in the whole wide bureau believes you're not insane.
He could get ahead on this one, though. This could be his big break.
I get that I'm not the gold standard in LA,
Please, you're gorgeous.
but I do have
Is the ship
access to
sailing?
important government information that I don't understand.
Oh. Oh, blimey.
Did you two want to be alone?
You found her! Yay!
I would want him to... Oh my god, I'm so not gonna tell you.
Okay, whoever you are, I think you made a mistake.
Who is this? You know this man? Is this a porn man?
No, there's no porn!
Don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you. You have a fantasy, okay? We all do. We need it to survive. And I think your fantasy is about my Rebecca.
Her name is Caroline.
Right.
A few years ago, she was a student, and then she had her identity ripped from her.
Is there someone in your life right now?
This is getting old.
Of course not. No, there's no
I'd like to
room
think
for a
so,
real
but I don't
girl,
think
is
he's that
there?
into her.
Feel.
How does Sierra make you feel?
Better.
Turned on.
I can't believe this.
They're all broken.
Oh. Well, Echo said she wasn't a couple of episodes ago.
Sanitation truck sideswiped her car
Oh, Jesus.
3 blocks from here,
She didn't even make it
and
yet.
I heard the impact on this date. I pretend she does. You know, like I get to see that look on her face, and I get to show her our extraordinary home.
That's really sad.
Sleep with her.
It is a fantasy.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Weiler. Happy anniversary.
I feel for him. I mean, it is kind of a bit weird to hire
You could
someone,
have somebody
but,
be
you know.
the perfect person.
You need to take Victor off the floor. I'm sure. Isolate him.
Oh.
And his handler.
Oh. But I don't know if he's actually into her.
And you kissed him?
We should be neighborly.
Great. Yes, neighborly. Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Like that. So, why don't you tell me about today?
Aw.
The guy's name was Joel Miner.
Joel Miner from Bouncy the Rat?
Well, that was a short-lived romance.
Do you trust me?
With my life.
Do you want to play the game?
No.
You
Lift up your dress.
dirty bastard. Yes! He knew.
That wasn't quiet.
Dramatic
Meant to
though.
be.
Joel Miner from Bouncy the Rat? He was on the cover of Wired.
Oh,
You read Wired?
You can see the cover in the store.
They keep an eye on him.
Pudgy, kind of cute.
is she spying on him for them, or is she inactive?
Active. Federal agent interrupting an engagement, spilling his guts to the nearest civilian. I take much of that as my responsibility, but the higher-ups will target you if this all goes south.
What the fuck?
How'd you figure out it was her anyway? Is it a cop thing? It's like reading people?
You do the work.
Well, good work. Ready to play?
God.
Can you imagine it all?
You're disgusting.
Don't give me that. You put her under some fat old Emir. It makes it better because she thinks she's in love for all of a day. We're in the business of using people.
You understand less about this business than you think. She's learned too much about the organization. It wasn't her fault, really. I need her killed, and it can't be clean. This is your chance to avoid the attic. You may even consider it something of a promotion.
Oh fuck.
After all, this one will probably struggle.
Wow. What a roller coaster these two are.
Weeping and moping, texting me? It's too embarrassing.
I'm not a piece of meat, you know. I have a heart.
See, I like these two,
Blah, blah.
but if she's inactive, right? I don't think she knows it.
About Caroline.
Well, I wasn't.
Oh.
I believe you.
Oh shit. Oh, and she's gonna be alone in the house. Is that guy gonna kill her? Is he gonna get back and she's dead? Because if that's the case, I'm gonna be pissed. This is not good kitchen practice. Oh, bloody hell. Oh! I don't think these two are gonna be friends. Ow!
You're gonna help me?
The person that sent this messages.
Why?
The Dollhouse deals in fantasy.
But didn't
That is their
Topher do this to
business,
her?
But that is not their purpose. You have to trust me.
What the hell? Oh!
You have to go now.
No! Oh, fuck.
There are 3 flowers in a vase. The 3rd flower is green.
Oh! Oh! Oh, is it a trap to, like, get rid of him?
There are 3 flowers in a vase. The 3rd flower is yellow.
Oh, my God! This is just a way of, like, killing him without getting the hands dirty. Oh, my, I can't handle the plot twists! There's so many! Oh, gosh, she doesn't even know she... Oh... My goodness.
As a species, we will cease to matter. I don't know. Maybe we should.
Cheery guy. So he has to, like, quit and everything. Oh yeah, you're going to be more than happy, aren't you, Mark Shepherd?
I
Yeah.
understand, thank you. We'll talk soon. Are we pulling her? Now that Ballard's off the case?
No, man like Ballard doesn't take himself out of the game just because of this. Besides, she loves him.
Played a good hand.
I played a very bad hand very well. There is a distinction.
Of course.
Experience. Ignorance in this case.
I love that his assistant girl is like still in it though. She was funny.
As ignorant as they're supposed to be.
You've drawn a picture.
No, she's painted one.
It's very good.
It isn't finished.
The picture.
Sure.
It isn't finished.
No, we've got 7 episodes left. That's so sad though. Like the actual Rebecca, she never knew. Another brilliant episode, I loved it. So good. I love where they're going with this whole plot. Like, the plot twists, this show does not stop with them. Like, every episode, I swear there's like 1 or 2 new things. I'm like, oh my goodness. It feels like it's a whole different show at the end of every single episode, and I love that. One thing I really liked right from the off was how they showed like the outside world, and talked about like almost like a backstory of like the origin of the myth of the dollhouse. So it's like, it is like an idea that's out there in the world, but people, you know, not necessarily everyone believes it exists. I liked that, and how the whole episode was like littered with these people being interviewed about the dollhouse and having all these different opinions. I thought that was really cool, getting like a glimpse at the outside world, just a bit of like world building, and I thought it worked really effectively. So I loved that. I also liked how the episode kind of addressed how some handlers can abuse their power and misuse, you know, their position, like that guy did. And I love the way Adele got like her revenge on that guy and like tied up that loose end by sending him to apparently kill Melly, but in turn she killed him. She got activated. I thought that was brilliant. I wasn't really a big fan of Adele when I first started watching the show, but I actually quite like it now. So that's really cool. And yeah, like I like how they kind of showed the handlers at their worst with that guy and the handlers at their best with Boyd. And I like, in a similar way to how Boyd kind of figured out the mystery and did some detective work in the last episode, he worked it out again in this episode. So I like that consistency with his character, and that seems to be a big thing with him. He's very good at kind of working out these different situations. So that was really cool. Or maybe he's just really good at it because he's an active and everyone's an active in the show, and that's going to be a twist, because I can't trust anything anymore. I don't know who's an active and who isn't. It's given me some serious anxiety. But yeah, loving Boyd still. I thought he was really good in this episode. And his continued concern for Echo, her being like sat out on a mission and him being concerned because he wasn't there. But then she ultimately went to meet Paul, and I love that Ballard and Echo kind of finally met face to face in this episode, in various different kind of disguises. And Ballard kind of now knows that he is absolutely right about the dollhouse if he wasn't convinced beforehand. But now he's in a completely new position. I mean, he was in several positions in this episode if you count his activities with Melly. But, you know, he hasn't got his job now. So he's going to be a bit of a loose cannon, even more of a loose cannon. So I'm excited to see what they go with him. But I love that him and Echo finally came face to face. And I can't wait to see that storyline continue, like who's contacting him and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know who to trust or anything. I don't really know who to root for, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, but I'm loving kind of trying to work that out. I also like the inclusion of Joel, Patton Oswalt. He's always good whenever he shows up in anything. I know him mainly from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. When he plays the Koenig brothers, but he was really good in this episode. Had a really sad kind of character backstory for him. I mean, might be kind of weird that he still hires someone every year to kind of live this experience out the way he wanted it to with his actual Rebecca. But still, it's a really sad story. And if that helps heal his heart, I suppose, it kind of shows a more positive side to, you know, hiring actors and stuff. So yeah, that was cool. Really liked his story. And yeah, the whole thing with Victor and Sierra, I think her name is. I can never remember how to pronounce it. They're continuing to kind of establish a connection between those two. I don't know exactly the extent of that yet. we still don't exactly know why Victor is having these like feelings and attraction for Sierra, and why he's like breaking the mold in terms of that attraction. But yeah, I liked the whole kind of story that they did with Sierra in this episode, and how she was kind of, you know, traumatized by what she was going through with that absolute dickhead, and you know, Victor kind of being in the frame for raping her. So that was a very interesting storyline as well. It was kind of cool having like a main story thread still kind of happen inside of the actual dollhouse as well, and have a bit of drama inside the dollhouse, and conflict, because normally we get like action sequences and stuff outside of the dollhouse and all these big action set pieces and stuff. So it's kind of cool having that bit inside the dollhouse in this episode where Boyd like kicked that fucker through the glass. That was badass. So I love that storyline. Can't wait to see them explore that a bit more, because there seems to be something there and it's kind of interesting. Then again, the whole thing with Paul and Melly, I can't keep up. I honestly can't. It's exhausting. You know, last episode I was like, well, he's not into her at all, and now he is. I don't know if he's actually into her, or he likes the idea of her, or it's a distraction. I don't know, but he seemed to like genuinely care for her, and he like ran all the way back to save her when he thought she was in danger. But she's a bloody active. She's like a sleeper agent, but she doesn't know that, it seems. So she's like keeping an eye on him. So I don't think it's going to work out with those two, unfortunately, because I actually really like them as a couple. I think the actors have really good chemistry together as well. It really feels quite natural. But the shipper in me was kind of happy with how things went with them in this episode. But yeah, that twist with Melly, what the fuck? Like, I can't keep up. I just can't, but I love it. You just don't know what to expect. You know, every episode is kind of a game changer, and that's really cool. So I'm excited to see where they go with that. If we're going to see Paul and Melly kind of grow closer, and if he's going to find out the truth about her, she's going to find out the truth about herself, because she doesn't seem to have an idea that she's inactive. So yeah, very excited to see where that storyline goes. But I think this episode did a great job of having its own kind of little story, while also continuing a lot of the plot threads that had been established in like mainly the previous episode. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Love this episode. And we're basically at the halfway point of the season now, and I'm absolutely loving it. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next with all these storylines. So originally my big draw from the pilot was the whole thing with Alpha. That's kind of been on the back burner for the last couple of episodes, really. But it's cool because I've found like loads of different plot threads and other characters that I'm really invested in now. So I have loads that's keeping me interested in the show and keeping me watching. So I love that. Yeah, great episode. Really, really liked it. And I can't wait to find out what's going to happen with the rest of the season. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm very intrigued. And until next time, thanks for watching.